Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to this month's community call, being the community call number 49. Today we'll be talking about what happened around the month of November at Crust. As usual, we'll go over our technical developments, moved on by ecosystem updates, and wrap it up with some community events which we had throughout the past month. And we will wrap up the call with the Q&A which we had over on Zile. So at first, if we take a look at the technical developments, Crust Shadow technical committee restructuring currently going in progress, and we are optimizing the governance structure of the Crust Shadow to enhance the efficiency, professionalism, and decentralization of the network's decision making. Furthermore, the team has successfully completed the initial phase of solution discussions and has now entered the substantive process of committee member selection. We are committed to forming a new committee that is more representative and diverse in technical expertise, with the goal of enabling more efficient and professional decisions for the long-term development of the network. And yeah, this is just our updates to move forward to that. We are actively working on Crust Shadow and we are looking forward to its technical development and restructuring. As you also may have noticed, we've mentioned about opening an HRMP channel from Crust Shadow to Asset Hub Kusama, currently going in progress. We've been establishing an HRMP channel to Asset Hub Kusama is a critical step towards achieving broader ecosystem integration and collaboration. The preliminary preparations and procedures for opening the channel have been successfully initiated. This initiative aims to pave the way for integrating Crust storage services into richer ecosystem value circulation scenarios, and we look forward to unlocking more diverse ecological interactions possibilities for users in the future. Yeah, as you know, Crust Shadow has its own way of looking into those ecosystems, and as you know from our experiences, we are constantly looking forward to expanding our outreach and reaching out as many people as possible and providing those solutions for them. And we will also take a look at the Crust technical upgrade proposal research that is also currently in progress. To maintain ongoing technological leadership and competitiveness, as well as improve network performance, scalability, and functional diversity, the team has officially launched strategic research on technical upgrade proposal for the next generation Crust mainnet. Currently at this stage, we are conducting forward-looking explorations and evaluation across multiple dimensions, such as including framework evolution and core mechanism innovation. This research aims to lay a solid theoretical foundation for the network's future high performance, high scalability, and introduction of more innovative features while outlining a promising development path. This is, in my opinion, quite a big update, and we are going to be constantly updating both our socials and the communications channels like Discord and Telegram with any updates which we have on this. Going over on some ecosystem updates, we have successfully teamed up with Wendao Tools. Previously, you may have heard of them as Wentools, to launch the really simple mint service. This initiative is securely underpinned by Crust decentralized storage technology. Together, we are also participating in the Week 6 campaign of the Algo Foundation's big campaign. And as you can see, just by going over to the Wentools site and looking for the real simple mint, the teams have made it really in-depth and really clearly explained on how to use that. And we are really happy with being able to collaborate on this service. And as mentioned, we are so happy to join the Week 6 of the Algorand's Foundation big campaign. The outreach there is pretty insane. We have seen their outreach across so many projects and so many projects participating as well in the campaign. So yeah, definitely love the experience joining them. As you may have caught us in the beginning of the November, throughout the mid-November, we've joined a couple of spaces with Web3 Global Talks. Here we've mentioned the episodes number 498 and 505, and I also believe we did one more in between. I think it was like 501 or something like that. But yeah, we've had the chance to talk about a variety of topics and also meet so many new projects. And as you can see throughout both of the spaces, we've participated with 6 different unique projects. And on one hand, we've had the chance to talk about the Web3 privacy, something which we are heavily on and really love talking about. And the other one being the NFTs, something that is still and will be a hot topic for a lot of ecosystems, projects, and Web3 as a whole. And yeah, we really love joining these talks, getting a chance to meet new projects and expand our outreach throughout the different ecosystems. We also had the Polkadot Espanol posting a thread about Crust, briefly explaining how Crust network works and its application cases. This was a really lovely update from the Spanish community of Polkadot, and we really love that the official channel of the Spanish Polkadot has posted this explaining about how does Crust network work. This heavily helps us with outreaching new members from different communities which we otherwise would not be able to reach. And so yeah, for that we are really thankful to have the chance to be mentioned by the Polkadot Espanol. As you may have noticed as well, the industry data platform ChainSpec released a ranking of top blockchains by validator count, in which Crust Network was featured. Our inclusion is a strongly third-party validation of our network's high degree of decentralization and robust security. And you have, as you can see, we on the most decentralized network by validator count, we are on the list of the top projects, and yeah, excluding the Ethereum, which we all know is super advanced. That we are really interested in and happy being considered as one of the most decentralized networks. Going over some of the community updates, yeah, as mentioned at the beginning of the call, we started re-uploading our VODs over on YouTube. So for anyone who may have had other things planned for now, or just we know like work clashes sometimes, some other commitments, we thought about that, and yeah, we started reposting our community VODs over on YouTube, so you can check them out if you managed to, or for some reason missed this one. And one more thing about that, I've went over on YouTube for the past updates, and I've noticed the heavy engagement which we have over on the comments, and for that we are really thankful, and we really love all of your guys' participation in the comments over on that video. Crust Parachain also now fully supports the Polkadot ecosystem unified address format. As you can see at the beginning of the last month, we've posted about that, and we are really happy to be diving deeper into the Polkadot's ecosystem and support them with all the data and all the necessities which we can provide for them. Another update, and you may have seen these floating around Twitter a lot, the so-called official apology statements. And yeah, it was a really interesting interaction over on Twitter. I think it brought a lot of communities together, and yeah, it was a time where yeah, people tend to stop overlooking of so many different things and just connected with each other and had a good laugh. We've also had the Crust and Site AI Zilli campaign, which I believe ended just a couple of days ago. We've teamed up with Site AI to bring a cross-ecosystem quest packed with tasks, tech, and bonuses. And we're super thankful to anyone who got the chance to participate. It was a really interesting collaboration, and Site AI are a close project to us, and we love collaborating with them. Speaking of the collaborations, we've also partnered with U2U in their U2U NFT campaign. We'll unlock stronger NFT infrastructure, smoother user experience, and long-term reliability for creators and communities. And as you can see, around the end of last month, so about a week and a half ago, they've mentioned us joining their campaign, and they have put our tasks over on their campaign as joining the Discord, following, and helping each other grow. And yeah, we believe that that is the way to move forward, introduce ourselves to new communities, have new communities introduced to our project, and help each other with projects like these to grow together. And lastly, on the community side, at the end of last month, we wished a happy Thanksgiving to anyone from our community and throughout Web3 as a whole who has been celebrating this special day. And yeah, celebrations for these are often points in time where we can all gather up and celebrate and yeah, be thankful for all the positives that have happened. And with that, I'd like to wrap up the planned agenda for the updates which happened throughout the last month. Apologies. And now I'd like to move over to the community questions which we've had you all submitted yesterday. Super thankful again for the engagement. There were so many questions around, and yeah, just stopped over on 4, but would love to answer all of the others if you just shoot me up a DM after the call. So beginning with the first question being, what does opening an HRMP channel from Crust Shadow to Asset Hub Kusama mean for interoperability, and how will this integration benefit storage users and ecosystem developers? So opening the HRMP channel from the Crust Shadow to Asset Hub Kusama would mean that the two chains can natively communicate and exchange the assets through the secure and built-in cross-chain messaging system of Kusama. So instead of being isolated environments, they're becoming part of one connected network where the tokens and the data can move seamlessly. So for interoperability, this is a major upgrade. So it lets the storage logic on Crust Shadow directly interact with the asset management features on the Asset Hub, and that is without the bridges or the external systems. So for users, what it would mean is that they can use the Asset Hub native tokens or assets to pay for the storage, stake, or interactions with the future Crust services a lot more smoothly. And for developers, that opens the door to new cross-chain applications that would combine storage, asset transfers, automation, and other parachain features in a single workflow. And yeah, overall, this integration makes Crust Shadow more flexible, more composable, and far easier to integrate into the broader Kusama ecosystem. And moving on with the second question which we had is, Crust Network recently launched services like Really Simple Mint in cooperation with external projects and participated in Web3 global initiatives. How does Crust Network plan to balance the ecosystem expansions, such as partnerships, campaigns, with maintaining decentralization, performance, and storage reliability? So, Crust strategy is to grow the ecosystem outwards while keeping the core network principles untouched. So when we launch services, for example, like as mentioned, Really Simple Mint, or collaborate with our with other external projects, all of those expansions happen at the integration and user experience layer, not the protocol layer where the decentralization and the reliability are. So the storage network in itself is continuing to run on a permissionless set of independent nodes using the same incentives and the same proofs and the same consensus rules. So even as more partners plug into Crust Network, they're plugging into an infrastructure that doesn't really depend on any single company or campaign. But at the same time, Crust treats the performance and reliability as non-negotiables. So new partnerships do not change how the data is replicated, verified, or even incentivized across the network. So if anything, expanding the ecosystem increases the demand, which strengthens the economic incentives for node operators, and that makes the network a lot more robust over longer periods of time. So yeah, the balance is achieved by keeping the base layer trustless and autonomous and letting all the growth happen around it. The vision is to scale the adoption without ever having to sacrifice the decentralized architecture that makes Crust valuable in the first place. Apologies. And moving over to the third question is, how is Crust Network improving the reliability and performance of decentralized storage compared to traditional cloud solutions? Yeah, so yeah, to answer it directly, Crust improves the reliability and performance by taking a fundamentally different approach from the traditional cloud storage. So instead of relying on a small number of decentralized data centers, we at Crust distribute the data across a global network of independent nodes, all incentivized to store and serve the files. So this reduces the single point of failure risk and makes the data far more resilient to outages or censorship. Performance also benefits from the distribution. File can be retrieved from multiple nodes simultaneously, and the network naturally routes users to the nearest or the fastest providers, similar to a decentralized CDN. Every storage replica, as you know, is verifiably proven on-chain through the Crust proof system, so users don't have to trust a provider's word. The network constantly and continuously checks that the data is stored correctly. And because the storage pricing is a bit dynamic and market-driven, users get the cost efficiency without performance trade-offs. So in short, Crust takes the strength of the cloud architecture, like redundancy, speed, accessibility, and decentralizes them by removing the centralized weakness while maintaining the high performance. And moving over to the last question being for a regular user storing personal files, not a validator, guarantor, what upcoming improvements will Crust implement to make storage more affordable, user-friendly, and comparable to mainstream cloud services? Definitely. We know we have a lot of users who are not both validators or guarantors, and we are constantly looking how to improve the user experience for everyone. So Crust is working to make the storage feel closer to mainstream cloud experience while still keeping everything decentralized underneath. So for regular users, the biggest improvements will come from simplifying how the storage is accessed and priced, and features like, as mentioned above, really simple Mint and ongoing UI and UX upgrades are designed to make the uploading and managing files as easy as using other services, as you know, like either Dropboxes or drives, and without needing to understand the underlying blockchain mechanism. On the cost side, the recent transaction fee reset and the dynamic pricing models help lower the barrier for small or personal storage needs, especially when the network demand is a bit low. Crust is also improving integrations across EVM chains, layer 2s, and partner platforms so users can pay or interact with the storage using assets that they already hold. And with the network continuing to expand the node base, the retrieval speed and the reliability naturally improve for everyday use. And yeah, overall, the direction is clear. Keeping the backend decentralized and trustless while making the front end experience cheaper, simpler, and as familiar as the cloud services that people are comfortable and used to using today. And that is the fourth question for the Zili community code task. And with that, I'd like to wrap up the community call for today. Thank you everyone who joined us. And yeah, we'll be seeing you around very soon, whether through another Twitter space, another campaign which we have started. And for anyone who might have missed this and ask you where to find it, yeah, as you know, we are uploading this on YouTube as well. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Have a good rest of your day and see ya. Bye-bye.